A New York man who turned a rescued squirrel into a social media star called Peanut is pleading with state authorities to return his beloved pet after they seized it during a raid that also yielded a raccoon named Fred. Multiple anonymous complaints about Peanut, also spelled Pnut or Pnut, brought at least 6 officers from the State Department of Environmental Conservation deck to Mark Longo's home on Wednesday. Longo said, "The deck came to my house and raided my house without a search warrant to find a squirrel," said Longo, from Pine City. "I was treated as if I was a drug dealer and they were going for drugs and guns." The officers left with Peanut, who has amassed hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, TikTok, and other platforms during his 7 years with Longo. They also took Fred, a more recent addition to the family. By Thursday night, Longo had gathered nearly 20,000 signatures urging the return of Peanut, and says he has hired a legal team to get Peanut back. A spokesperson for the deck said in a statement that the agency had started an investigation after receiving multiple reports from the public about the potentially unsafe housing of wildlife that could carry rabies and the illegal keeping of wildlife as pets. Longo, who runs an animal refuge inspired by his squirrel buddy called Peanut's Freedom Farm Animal Sanctuary, took to Instagram to mourn Peanut's loss and said he fears that Peanut has been euthanized. "I don't know if Peanut is alive," he said in a phone interview on Thursday. "I don't know where he is." The deck spokesperson did not respond to a question about whether Peanut had been euthanized. Longo said he took in Peanut 7 years ago after seeing Peanut's mother get hit by a car in New York City. Longo brought Peanut home and cared for him for 8 months before trying to release the squirrel. "A day and a half later, I found him sitting on my porch missing half of his tail with his bone sticking out," Longo said. Longo decided that Peanut lacked the survival skills to live in the wild and would remain an indoor squirrel. Internet fame followed after Longo posted videos of Peanut playing with his cat. An Instagram account dedicated to Peanut shows the animal leaping onto Longo's shoulder, wearing a miniature cowboy hat, and eating a waffle while wearing crocheted bunny ears. Over the years, Peanut's story has been featured on TV and newspapers including USA Today. Longo, who works as a mechanical engineer, was living in Norwalk, Connecticut, until he decided to move to upstate New York last year to start an animal sanctuary. Peanut's Freedom Farm Animal Sanctuary opened in April 2023 and now houses about 300 animals including horses, goats, and alpacas, said Longo, who runs the sanctuary with his wife, Daniela, and other family members. Longo is aware that it's against New York state law to own a wild animal without a license. He said he was in the process of filing paperwork to get Peanut certified as an educational animal. "If we're not following the rules, guide us in the right direction to follow the rules, Longo said. "Let us know what we need to do to have Peanut in the house and not have to worry about him getting taken." As for Fred, Longo said he had had the raccoon for only a few months and was hoping to rehabilitate the injured creature and release him back into the woods. Longo is not the first animal owner to protest against the confiscation of a pet by New York authorities. A Buffalo area man whose alligator was seized by the deck in March is suing the agency to get the 750 pounds 340 kilograms reptile back.